Let God help Sierra Leone. Because outside with the worker right now, we don't know. Or maybe you know. Today, Parliament say then we get an emergency sittings. That emergency sittings they come through the president in wisdom, waiting so Parliament for sit down and deliberate on certain things them we they need for talk about. Well, for me, I don't know if they want them we plan waiting happen day today, then they don't get the Marconi and then we don't plan to say this is how it's gonna unfold live on TV. Or it was just spontaneous, it just happened, it was never planned. And I've been did it, so me, I don't know. But like how you been the watch am till it begin, till the gumbo begin, till it begin for escalate to the point where some people say they were shocked, some people say they not believe the yai. Some man say, why are you even surprised? This now we get to, we see videos then begin go around, they call names. Also, you been there, like how I asked just now. Do you think these parliamentarians, they are representing the people of Sierra Leone? Do you think these parliamentarians, this fifth parliament we get right now they talk about too, from the Speaker of the House of Parliament to the last person. What are we going to say now? The last person now, Honorable Tawa? Because in they don't put by the domot for Pulanado. No? Whoever it is. These are the people we're talking about. So where they say parliamentarian, maybe you get an idea, say, oh, now they will be about today. Who really are they representing? I think those are the kind of questions we're going to start asking our parliamentarians. The one they will do what they do today, what they be want for achieve? Now so they be planning for make it happen, and then be achieve something. Who that gain? Now the parliamentarians, now the political party, or now with the people who they represent, now we gain out of waiting and do. A lot of people, after waiting happen live on TV, if you be the watch AYV, you go see Andy. A lot of people who come on social media begin to say, okay, make we read waiting Abdul M. Fatoma Insi after the incident. He said, he's sorry for say, me, I get for witness for the second time. We parliamentarians them then display disorderly behavior to the point where then they cause raw mammy cause. He say then begin for throw object at each other. We parliamentarians them. Then they throw object at each other. And they are our members of parliament. Because I ask this now, who they represent? He said this now for show of complete rancor, chaos, and dishonor. Now the land from other parliaments who don't they see them kind of thing they happen, or it be say na something they mourn at them, and then feel to say na this way, then suppose for sure say they are frustrated. Eh? I'm going Fatuma and say this na an outright disrespect to the citizens and the rule of law. Disrespect to the citizens and the rule of law. All right. This na wetin Marcella Samba in say. He say why it's so hard for make we follow due process. He say if it been wrong during the last regime and they outrightly condemn him, nothing no make say it right now. He say the victim for this back and forth business with them two party depa, he say na salon. We Sierra Leoneans them, now we na the victim. He say what he see today na a perpetual state of do me, I do you. Okay. This person say, why make the youth them no go take to violence? He say, let we listen how the Creole proverb say, waiting before foot they do, nine behind foot they follow. God help we. We mean to say, if Parliament, the one they did it and they behave so, then waiting, we not go see happen. All right. This now waiting Ibrahim Tommy in say. He said we go just wait for the cyber constitutional law expert for make a ruling on Tideon boxing business. By Parliamentary and them. And at the end of the day, we go happy for quote them, say, and so they say. Again, when I start, I ask you, I say, how you feel as a Sierra Leonean, as a taxpayer na salon, I hope so you pay tax. For make you see the one day when they take you tax money for pay. Who side and go lend that one day? Me, I don't know. But we don't see beaucoup videos them of parliament them around Africa and across the globe where they can go for boxing business. But like I said earlier, the one that we do this, waiting then gain. Waiting na be the plan. Waiting them be one for achieve. Okay. I see Abu Conte just say, he say, all this, he do the Speaker of Parliament. I don't know that you want point finger power. Because for Nancy said, to be honest, he not surprised if. He said, by any of them behaviors how they put on, he not surprised at all. He said, because the way things they go, now just a matter of time Waiting they happen so go happen. Eh? The honorable members of parliament. Some people then say, we not for call them again honorable. They are. They are honorable in every way so you think about. It's just left to you how you want for interpret the honorability. But in waiting and do so, and they are honorable. Même Zobisa say, he said them for suspend them. Ibrahim Kouan say, them people here, they not deserve for hold public office. All man getting you. Well, after waiting happen, the Speaker of the House and some other few members of Parliament, they say make like they explain so that me, so that you, we all go understand and hear exactly wetin happen. I don't know if you don't hear the speaker explain what happened today. Why make a no gladdy with the members them we misbehave that way they. Okay. Maybe you know we get opportunity. Let we all get this opportunity now and listen to the Speaker of the House of Parliament, Honorable Dr. Abbas Bundu, as they explain how the things unfold today. Let we listen, yeah? Now so all team bin go.
1, 2. Put the mic at the table.
No, we all put the record
To go in his problem. The silence. Light mode. Follow the kind silence. You see on the. Without no saying phone, they left put on flight mode.
This person phone they are left put on flight mode.
It get bad.
Put on flight mode.
Members of the media, I welcome you now to this press conference. Let me start by saying very loudly and clearly that what happened today at the well of the House is most unfortunate. The most unfortunate because the behavior of some members of Parliament is not compatible with the dignity and the honor and integrity of being a member of Parliament. Their behavior can only be described as thoroughly dishonorable. We're a house where they make laws. And therefore, now we first duty as members of Parliament, not for obey the law, because now we're responsible. Out of the three arms of government, we take the primary responsibility for making laws of the land. We, the lawmakers, therefore, cannot be seen by the public to be behaving in a manner contrary to the law itself. So let me say on behalf of the entire institution of Parliament that I regret what the public see don't happen in Parliament this morning. It's indefensible, it's unwarranted, totally unnecessary, and a complete affront to the dignity and honor of Parliament. Now, make I explain to you very briefly what is the procedure for reconvening Parliament today. The last time we Parliament may sit, then we adjourn, sign, die. For reconvene a Parliament, we don't adjourn, sign, die. The procedure is clearly laid out in SO4. It requires consultations between me, the clerk, and the leader of government business, the leader of the opposition, for reconvene that Parliament day. Why? Because when you adjourn, sign, die, you give members them an opportunity for travel. Some, they go to their constituencies. Some even they go out of the country for go attend to private matters. So it's necessary for give them notice. So once you don't adjourn that way there, for let Parliament come back and meet, they require 21 days notice. I want this to be very clear to everybody in the country. 21 days notice. That is if na me as Speaker reconvene and adjourn the Parliament, we don't, as I say, adjourn, sign, die. But this particular reconvening today, not to me as Speaker, reconvene Parliament. Therefore, that SO day where the Honorable Leader of the Opposition been the site as his own authority is not applicable at all. It's not applicable at all in this particular instance. Because not to me summon Parliament for sit today. Naturally, we go want to know who that then summon this sitting of Parliament. And I go tell you. Now, His Excellency the President, now him by order summon this sitting of Parliament. Who say President get the authority for do that? You know, get under the SO's standing orders of Parliament, where in fact na subsidiary, subordinate legislation. I wonder when I understand this. Never mind when they hear with the quote SO this, SO that. Now, a body of laws, but they're subordinate to the constitution of the land. The constitution is the supreme law of the land. No law, no they supersede what the constitution says. Any law will contradict or contravene what the constitution says, that law they not stand in all and void. I'm sure we all understand that. Now there is a provision in the Constitution, very clear, in language very simple. It vests power in the President. At any time, and I want the emphasis on that phrase, the power of the President, which it gets under section 86(1) of the Constitution, Act number 6 of 1991. They give the President the power at any time for summon a meeting of Parliament. and that the president do. And it is within his constitutional competence for doing. Where is leader someone there? Authorize the clerk for immediately convene a sitting of parliament, for let parliamentary convene. Unlike SO4, we require 21 days notice, Section 86(1) of the Constitution not require the same notice at all. Otherwise, we'll not give meaning to the phrase at any time. Make a read them so it will become clear. 86(1), when are the pertinent provision for now, reads, the president may at any time summon a meeting of parliament. Language very simple, very clear. Say for even give notice. But we know, since parliamentarians may not take an adjournment, I therefore authorize the clerk of parliament for give notice. And if you don't give that notice, this is last week. When was it? Friday. For inform them, say, we get a meeting of parliament today, Monday, the 19th of April. And ask let all mankind. So, voting the leader of the opposition, a man way I get the great respect for. But in this particular instance, I'm sorry to say, he tried for misleading self, misleading party, and mislead parliament. Because he dwell on SO4, and this reconvening of parliament will not come about under SO4. It come about under a section of the Constitution, section 86(1) of the Constitution of Sierra Leone. We give the President of the Republic the power at any time for summon a meeting of parliament. I hope I don't clarify this, because otherwise people they will go with the mistaken impression, say, oh, now impose. We try for impose this sitting on members of parliament. And the president is going by way of a proclamation. And like I read to Una, to put in the proclamation, say, in exercise of the powers conferred upon him by subsection 1 of section 86 of the Constitution of Sierra Leone 1991, Act number 6 of 1991, the President hereby makes the following proclamation. 1. Parliament is summoned on the 19th day of April 2021 at 10 o'clock in the forenoon, made this 5th day of April 2021. So as I've been saying, the Parliament, the Constitution, give the President of the Republic the power to summon a meeting of Parliament at any time, especially when there is a matter of national importance, which we want for the Parliament can consider. And in this particular case, if we want, let a minister can lay a paper on the table of Parliament we get for do with the census. And again, in case una dey wonder, who side the president get the power for summon a census, yes, he get the power. There is the Census Act 2002, Section 2, give the president the power for direct let and hold a census of the population of Sierra Leone. Now, once you don't do that one day, that other day, by statutory instrument we do them, therefore bring a kind of parliament and lay them on the table of parliament. Now make a progress, tell una. Say we don't lay today that instrument, that order day where the president don't make. It's now laid on the table of parliament. Now that the members of the opposition, then they try for resist, let it not happen. Why? Me not go able to talk for them. I don't know what in their motive. But it's very interesting that power day, a day inside the Census Act of 2002. And not the first time this so, the government of Sierra Leone don't call for a census. I believe say 2004, let me call for a census. 2015, they also called for a census. I don't know if there be respect what in the law say when they may call for a census 2004 and 2015. But under my watch as speaker, the president no go call for a census without to no guide them for say that instrument there and for bring and come parliament and for lay them on the table of parliament, and it not go mature into law until after 21 days. And that law is to be found in section 170, subsection 7, again of the Constitution of Sierra Leone 1990. The highest law of the land. The procedure is very simple. You say the president for make first of all the order by statutory instrument, and if for lay them before parliament. Now that we just don't do. At the same time, either before today or on this very day, therefore publish that other day, na the Gazette, that instrument day, therefore publish them na the Gazette. Then, now, that day under section 170 A and B. Then now can see what in paragraph C of that provision they say. It say if they don't do that, government don't do that. Don't make the statutory instrument, they don't lay them, they don't gazette them. It will actually come into force only after 21 days. Now we can say it will mature into law after 21 days. Now, within those 21 days, any member of parliament so minded get the right for say that instrument did not for mature into law. We get the right for come Parliament and move a motion for annul that instrument. For get rid of that instrument, so it don't go get effect anymore. But this is the catch. You where they come for this place, for annul, for negate that instrument there, now you get the onus for make sure say you motion where they can move after they don't second them. And get the support of 2/3 of members of Parliament. In our present composition of 146 members of Parliament, when I work out the maths, you require no fewer than 98 members of Parliament will for agree with you. For say no, we don't want that instrument there, let it become law. Now, they still get the opportunity from today up to the end of the 21st day for do that. Now, so the law say, me no see any reason, any justifiable reason therefore, why the opposition not comply with the law on this particular case. They get ample opportunity at any time within the 21 days for come to Parliament and move that motion there and try for canvas support for them and get 98 votes for supporter. Not on the first 10 days, we don't use that provision. They will be not use that before. They know what it for. All these sonko who na see their face come. Now because they know in their heart of hearts, let's call a spade a spade. Say they're not going able to come up with 98 votes. Now, it make the no one follow the law. Instead, they choose another avenue for disrupt the process. They get every right for challenge every process. Yes, it is within their right. But not in a violent way. This constitution eschews violence or the threat of violence. No law nor they would permit anybody for use violence. Even you as an individual, you don't get right for use violence against your company, except in self-defense. You can do it. Do so. But for initiate violence, the law is against that. But when I look, if you have been in at the well today, when I see what in them, it was uncalled for, it was unwarranted. It was not in keeping with the dignity of the House of Parliament. It's a complete affront to the dignity of the House, a complete affront to themselves as members of this honorable House. For call yourself honorable, not to in the team, now for behave honorably. Now in the team. And I regret for saying to the public today that the members of Parliament, particularly what you may observe on the opposition side, impress me. It disappoints me on the contrary. I expected a lot more from the leadership of the opposition for guide their members, for follow the law, not to for act against them. I know say them do not hold their own press conference. Me not know what in them talk there. But I owe it as a duty to the nation as a whole, regardless of party coloration, for tell this nation exactly what in the law say. And at that I don't do so. And I want to seize this opportunity for tell una boku thank you for this opportunity. Una give me. Well, I explain to you which I just don't explain.
Yes, sir. The instruments don't believe.
We don't get opportunity for listening to the Speaker of the House, Honorable Dr. Abbas Bundu. He don't explain within go on, but then you can see there are three sides to a story. You get the one side, you get the other side, then you get the truth. But for today, I'm not able to lay me hand yet on the one way in talk say the opposition them themselves been hold a press conference and able to lay me hand for the one day yet. But we don't hear what in say. We don't hear what in our own defense on what happened. Eh? With all waiting you hear waiting in say. Before you not be don't hear that. Now you don't hear it change anything, or you still stand firm in the idea where you been here, or you don't add more self. For say you know it in this constitution where they talk, our constitution, our right, where they need for change. Every day we they get a reason for say yes, this constitution it get pothole. This constitution it get gallop. This constitution it get something they were not correct. And the need for change them. We still hold up to that. When we go change this constitution? Because with all waiting he say the president get right for convey what he do so. And he claims say, then tell the other members of parliament. He also claims say now because they want them they during that 21 days, they're not going able to come up with 98 votes. So that they go through it and then do. Now I make them do it in and do so. But again, now from Dr. Abbas Bundu inside. How we country go on where we lawmakers them? They're not ready for make law it. We go better with the people of Sierra Leone. They are not ready. I don't know if you think say they're ready with this kind of attitude and with this kind of behavior. And remember, say this parliament we get now, we get a lot of young people there. We get beaucoup people there. We are new people there. That's now one thing where Salomon know the taper. Parliamentarians can tell us. Forget people who can go two times, three times. Then they change them. You change your mind? Or you feel, say, my dear, these are just talk shop. They're all not the same. They know what thing they do. Then just take no more for can fool we. And then they yourself they go with. Or you feel say, you know what? There is still light at the end of the tunnel. That person say now where they see the end, and I make you say light today. Alright. Let's begin calm with panelists them. make we hear wetin whose friend get for we. Welcome on board, whose friend. You get the platform, sir. With wetin unfold today, na the emergency sitting. Wetin you take, sir?
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, for giving me the platform. And thanks to all the listeners and viewers. And thanks for even the effort we they do for let things go on. Try with this internet as alone. Thanks very much. And the issue of voting unfold today in our parliament, we take almost nearly 4 to 5 hours. Who people are not able to watch waiting a simple procedure. It looks somehow debatable. But you will all come up to the area from what you begin see the issue now an issue wherein they argue about the standing order, then they argue about a constitution, and then the ruling party they try for bringing a bill or they want to come put in a table because I bring about the summon. But people they argue about the procedure. Then the one them where they are the then they argue say the procedure we do according to the law. And then the one they want the opposition and they try for system, no, this procedure not to so if for go. So then begin they pull quotes. And then they quote from the standing order, others then they quote from the constitution. But it comes to where you go try for things say this you try for think about civilization in the first place, a standard of civilization in politics. You think say politics it don't civilize in a way wherein people and they try to say the civilization instead of we transform them for improve the lives of others, the civilization, then they use them for either benefit their own personal needs, for getting the masses. We talk about the opposition now, we talk about ruling party. I'm just taking it as a umbrella as the politicians. Because when you look at, first of all, what you bring about NTNS alone, you will begin to look a little bit, say, first of all, you got to stand in order, you got a constitution. Why that thing they have for the parliament? You will begin voting, and in fact, they confuse you at some point, say this is ESO and this is constitution. But wherein the constitution, they say like the parent body, the ESO, then they talk and say something aside, person will not get power, and just somebody they bring for it. Then you go look back and say, are they interpreting this? Is it civilization? Is it a kind of a procedure where they follow in a parliament? What that was waiting at their aim, instead of them, they show we say that this and this for B, what then they do now in the form of a summary. Now can't later. What then they do now? They do it in the form of a summary. And then they summarize and we will not be even know waiting the lecture, waiting at the topic, or which module would they pass. Because today are the first time see them. Already they invite AYV, they go able making your own press release, then a video and go put on the website. But you go see that these are the things where for them begin to show people who want to do something. Not to them what they now we get for no. Because when thing happen, I tell you who said go tinap as masses, you say, okay, now so then they do one of the right thing. But when you come into standing order, when you look at standing order, something when they put now a procedure whole parliament can say, all this, now in they put for like go regulate something. Any affair we want for do that regulator, it was like a yardstick. It regulates the constitution. So in other words, the SO in primary reason why they bring on a parliament, one of the standing orders, now for can filter, we say like when they say half thing, they pull the stone, they wouldn't be forget. So we'll go put on the rest for cook. So we will eat the rice without stones. That might have been the aim of the standing order. But here now, then they put on point blank, say it is subordinate to the constitution. So they rule them out. Then they rule out the opposition. They say, well, this, now this, then they use. Because then we don't see people that they use ESO, now parliament, or then they use them for letting go victimize other people. Then. If I the word don't want they working, they more on a parliament where something happen. The ESO this, the ESO this. But the politicians, they try to talk about the civilization when they transform. Was in the debate with ideas. The politics, the constitution, you did. One must say all what them do so constitutionally, if possible, it will say it is right. But it is playing our minds wherein they do civilization for letting them go change with mind. Set for say the SO is used for regulate. the constitution, now in the overall, but by now, the SO not able to regulate them. Then they come to another area where they cut the SO against it. Well, now, because there was a point where one of the clerk, then they mentioned, I think this clerk or somebody, when a business matter, it go up to the area we talk about 18.1 and 18.2. That they talk about, okay, the laying of the papers and the request of papers. Now, in the Speaker of the House, they for Somara about, okay, they get 21 days, they don't do this, and the laying of papers. But the laying of papers back, they questioner. They say somebody before on the day. I don't know if the opposition mentions say somebody who had development and economic planning. So all that they try to say the procedure was not done in the way it's supposed to be. But when they come, what did they do just for cover it all? They really party back. They said they read up say, well, it is straightforward. Go up, count down. 86 from 1991 Constitution. Now he override everything because now 86.1 and give the honorable the tool what they use. The legislative tool what they have for use for restructure this bill that for put in the parliament. You go see say that one thing they say they emphasize on. But you see the KYSF come again you talk about 43 A and B when they stand in order. They don't look to that one day. Then you come back, you see the one day who come, let's say, okay, SO 18, in order to follow parliament according to mention, they go cover and they back. So they all begin to look whose side and go quote, and they quote, then they quote. Because the constitution is straightforward. And the SO, then we don't see somebody like Lahayo Bide Kabbalah, then we don't argue about the SO, then they change them, then they regulate them, so they go able for meat. But they are meant to regulate. Because when you look at the health sector, when they say a standing order, like what they say the nurse and the one day wedding award, like somebody don't sick, they don't want to let them distract the doctor, so that the doctor will able to improve the efficiency for doing all that work, then go take action. The doctor will able to explain that, then they give a decision for say, would they give medicine, would they treat this patient as we as nurse or another medical professional, not to the doctor no more. But that one day, not for let it be a negative effect. Not for what it regulates the patient in life, so the patient it will live. So in those kind of scenario, you go see here a standing order in terms of health, it will work. A standing order at the bank, so you go put say, and they put and then money go they come, it will work. But when the standing order will regulate inside parliament now, people then begin to say, well, this is not useful. They might be right because they get with and say may. And may in English, I think say that when they say it most likely, not for say it will be must to, but it will most likely, and the probability is high. We see the president get the right for the census, they take him. He get the right for do this, then take him. He get the right for this, and then you can see now where they say, when I get 21 days, when I get right to do this. But would I hold the handle and would I hold the sharp thing? You go question those areas. It all come back to constitution. Because if you ask the speaker back, you don't come back, you show me the other parts of the thing. I'm not condoning or say I support waiting people and do this. I'm just saying waiting people and for try because we are learning from this. Anybody want to be a politician now? If you want to help the country with your good heart, these are the things we go sit down, you write down for saying I don't think I go avoid. So me on government I can put will go before and I don't think I go change. So tomorrow then I no go come on. I go try rectify this, I go try rectify this. So people then will come to an agreement so that the country will get for go before. Let the civil not be like a crossfire. And they didn't have the crossfire. Or then they use them as a shield so that they go use a shield for and then go die, and then go suffer, and then go feel the pain because they are hiding behind the civilization what they say they don't get so that they go able for help the country for go before. But this is not what it has to be because the man tell me say now they're not going able to get the 98. So now rather they do this and then they tell me back say on the other side. He said, okay, they have the right to do it. So you when they come, you they move the motion. So after that 21 days, it mature. But in the end, that is not working. So in other words, it's gonna be a dormant law Because that law they is dormant, that's for that they go ahead. You might say, for say, well, whether they get that right there for 21 days in the end, they're not going to succeed. Let me pass this road. And then let's go come, let's say this. So it become like we the civilians tormenting the mental state of the people and now watching some they will get for say, well, we don't know what thing they go on. All with the system when they argue. But the fact is that watching the Speaker of the House and see it do so today. Now, if therefore they try to do in any form for teach the people in a lengthy form, lecture them, give them access to what they get for no. But not to today, you can't do them for we. You do them, you summarize them for one section. What about other things? Because when you look at the SO standing order that it make in the Speaker of the House, some of the standing orders based on the powers to legislate the president were able to grant this. So people therefore they able to become a bit of how they were able to interpret this here so that we will get a change in terms of what will affect the change. But the factors that will come about all this now from colonialism. You go talk about how the outsiders they don't establish their ideas there. How constitution and supremacy and the supreme law don't become mixed up in a way where when it comes, you no go able to say, la filter this and put them to based on the people and culture. I go ask myself again, say, what is the effect for? Now a base for say for count people and get for go fetch for that one day. Why they not go see well? No left this now 2 years don't left. No go try fix your hospital. Now today I see them put a kind of a leaflet. How they call then they put a notice from the Minister of Health say they don't that model they talk about they don't grant today. But now how many months they give? At least like 3 or 4 months. So the other balance months, then we consider them. When about how many when some people for who pay the workman, the other one and the rest for clean the place. So it's time for things. These are the things that we try to do. You go asking a population, you go asking her because of the nominal population. Well, this should have been the time when come or the one that will be done left back. Then problem we'll find out. Say, well, why would count 10 people there? So we can't know. But again, on the other side, when they see parts of the opposition and the talk say, then we don't find out if them people there they follow the road for that sense of what they've been doing. Then say it is legitimate. So then therefore make we now be go find out who side, then pull this information for saying that true say then your census is true. Then we have back the therefore can't tell we say then census is not right. Then when they see that they argue outwardly, they are not telling us the truth because we come back to that constitutional, I mean that civilization where they don't interpret only for meet their own needs. But all this they come about waiting. They try for talk say the statistician them where they do the statistic, they get a lot to do. And the one day where they procure and follow procedures they get a lot to do. And those who are there for letting them go able for mediate, they get a lot to do. One of the CSOs, human rights. So, but this a lot to do, it come all because of constitution and they get a standing order. Standing order and constitution, Tawa don't suffer because of standing order. Other people don't suffer because of standing order. Okay, we know that subordinates. Then they say this is a national issue. But when you say national issue, now the country one group don't want it, you go question yourself. On a sickness one camp, or go make sense of emergency, now mass zone and host like you see how lock down people in 1 year and this are the host, then they will come up. So those are the kind of things you go ask back. This 3 hours they go fetch for, now thing will reflect on people in life, or then will never then go ahead for the other thing, then they go wait for another time for bringing this. Or are they doing it for the motives again in terms of interpreting it to their own way? So then go deal at that side. I no one keep too long, but I believe say for let a development of any economic planning, it go fine. For let people then go able for develop their lives. Now for let people then go able bring things where it's simple and straightforward, let people then try benefits. Not to for create ideas where we know they know. Which side then go carry go. Let them just do things practical. If they go to them go put water na corner, nobody will argue. Then bulldoze the idea there is very good. then bulldoze the idea of making the road, then bulldoze the road, the idea of bringing water. People and go, you go drink the water there, like today, you know what again. What about it? These are the areas they have to bulldoze and they have to fast track. Instead of them, they go fight over this. Not to go to the bed, think about the strategies I am going to use tomorrow. No, you dey think about the strategies why they use, not to forget full me opponents, and the strategies of how I get for go develop that country, because that is what you say you swear against. You swear to the oath. The oath, now the divine law. And the divine law, now the Bible and the Quran, what they say finally, because I think they seal them in Parliament. But then they left them and then they ignore them, but then they admit the Quran and the Bible only when they seal the agreement for saying they can't work for the government. But when they come now, then they use the human law, and the human law is always changing. It's always changing because the human law is a changer for meeting your needs. So there's no need for them to be putting the Bible and the Quran. Some question that. I'm not saying these are wrong, but they question that. So instead, let them continue for use the human laws. But this is not fine for the people. That's all I have to say. Let them bring things when they go on, what they better for. Let them, if see what I know say this for me. If I don't try to bring it along. The idea what you know say this, that makes you a leader, because you the leader, you say you understand, say mortal man, now person way the human being has to satisfy. So those are the ideas you have to look at. Mortal man, it can behave so bad. Mortal man, it can behave so bad. So I get for bring team. That no go bring team. Go just entice them. I go cook food where they smell fine, it tastes good, my neighbor I no go get them. Or just those are just a bit funny example, but this is what it has to be. You know what they bring, so your development will go. You just ignore certain things and carry on. We want to help the people, let the people and try go. This is another setback. Thank you very much. Let God continue for help these our leaders as they change small, so let them expand on what they are doing. Because what they see will not be like Siam. But on the other side, when they begin to see that they draw attention for try teach we, but let them teach we more what is behind, not just a paper 3D, but I recall the drone 3D where we see everything around, not halfway. Thank you very much for giving me the platform. Let God continue for help we and let continue for bless we all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, host friend. Well, that's now host friend in submission for today. We want to turn the mic to you with a listen. If you're watching on Facebook, look on the green section. The numbers in the scroll there. We don't add the UK number on the WhatsApp line. So we get 2 WhatsApp line. The only number we will not take on WhatsApp and the US number. You can call the US number direct. The salon number, if you call on direct, we go answer. And if you call the UK number on WhatsApp, we go answer. So you can call salon number direct or WhatsApp, it's fine. 232-78-990-991. 232-78-990-991. You can call United States 1-646-610-3107 or United Kingdom through WhatsApp 44739-803-0402. When you call, please go straight to the point. So we are limited internet, so if you go to just Gande, you make them quick. We don't have a complaint say the internet, so we just left and so. I come, I no come, we don't pay already. Okay. All right. The callers, they don't begin call. Make we bring this first caller. Yes, caller, your name and where you call from, please.
Yeah, Yeah, Triple A and me, good evening and good morning, Usaide. Let God bring you come back, sir. Not get caught up to them useless people and in business.
You
But
get
to me,
3
they say
minutes,
this now
sir.
Omar from Los
Yes,
Angeles.
sir, 3 minutes.
What are they trying for saying? Is we don't say this over and over, my brother. We not get constitution. All this wrap around the constitution. And one of the person where they undermine this SLPP them problem are the chief minister. When you don't ever see like Yahoo where the Senate and the House they talk for make law. You see the chief of staff, the White House chief of staff, the president. Anytime when they say for go talk about law business in parliament, the chief minister they did it. What did they go do there? Because now in the spoon feed Madabio, now in they give all the idea for come out with them crooked thing. But the problem here is, Lord will not forget, APC get a lot for do with this. Because the reason is, I remember just now we be the talk, you say somebody say, if you been bad yesterday, learn about today. That's not true. But listen, my brother, listen to what the SLPP, me listen, watch today. All the things that were SLPP be the talk today, everything they say, the constitution, the constitution. That means they don't make any law. Then they go by what in the constitution say. Now make APC being get a chance for amend this constitution. Maybe some of them here today where they frown on, some of them here today where they bet them. Unless by Kruma been in a very good position because at the time Ina be already a lame duck president. If been for don't amend this constitution, if been for don't make them changes here, he spent $8 million and waste that pine time. They never do anything. So SLPP, anything I would want to do bad, that constitution they never go to. This same ugly constitution. Anytime where they want to do bad, where they want to create a chaos, they say the constitution say, as think kind they say, oh, first time, then they argue all the time, say, SO1, SO3, SO25. Now all of a sudden today, there's a SOnomics. We not care about SO, constitution. Well, tomorrow back, if something come on, then go say SO. Well, way more than they say constitution. So what Timmy they try for say now, even though what's up, baby? Even though whatever they might have to do, because we know say this particular government are thugs them. Then guy now thugs them. They not get one, sorry, they not get one, they're not going to do anything with anybody. Now what thing they want, now they go through. When you not agree, then bring in policeman them, they bulldoze una, then do what thing they want to do. Because you see what in parental live the same thing the way they interview. Inside it, they talk say, oh, we go for Sidon. Whether they like or not, we dey Sidon. And that's what they do. They bring policeman them. And at the same, I mean, all this to go against APC. The same SSD way Shaka Steven will create. Now they use for beats them. They bring them, they put a wall. They do what they go for do. So even the way they might have, we already know what the matter be intention. Matter be intention of for bulldoze everything. But some of them here, maybe they like today, then here with SLPP, the point constitution. If unless by Kroma not being selfish, now let me amend this constitution without power wasting time and we country $8 million. Maybe this not before they happen today. So now that time, my brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Omar. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, you live on air. You name and say the call from, please.
Yeah, it's not Mike. I call from Philadelphia.
Yes, Mike. What's in your contribution, sir?
No matter which government will come, they're not going to ever change this constitution because now the constitution and they use for bulldoze everybody in the country. You know? Me just want to ask Presidentbio, what's not the need for these censors and what's not the need for these new laws they were in the past? You know, what's not the need for the emergency? Now, emergency rest in the brink of the country. Now, emergency waiting. Emergency lights in the brink of the country. Emergency water. What's not the emergency for? You don't count 3 years, you don't do nothing yet. And you don't want to suppress we back for go another 5 more years after this one? Because now that they look like, you know. President Bill, me to tell you, if you not do 3 years of nothing, what do you say when I go come begin to change laws there for make you find a way for rig the election? We're not allowed that day again. You know? When people in Canada not do nothing, we're not allowed for let them go again over. You know, we the vote now out. 2023, Salon people now wake up with the vote 10 people are out. We are not doing nothing yet. Nothing, absolutely nothing. They can't bring any laws there. They laws there are for Muslim people in the country, and Muslim we already overseas, This cyber law no make no sense. We're not even able to solve the small crime they already go on a salon yet. They bring a law where they can't really Muslim people, eh? Come on, man. Yeah, for 60 years, who's partner the country where censors don't ever improve? Or where people that don't benefit from censors? Who's partner the country? Name one. You don't count 3 years, not do nothing yet. So that means the census what they do 2015, if you know if in a 65% not correct, that means say when I vote there when I begin 2018, and 65% not correct. That means say when I go back to election again. Because if I cancel last census day, presidentbio will not tolerate and we as Sierra Leoneans we don't wise up now. If we not work, when I can't begin a muzzle, we will not take that one day. When I bring on light, now emergency light we need, emergency water now we need the emergency didn't they? Not the emergency laws for can suppress we again. No, they do nothing. Absolutely nothing. Your administration not do nothing yet. I'm your contribution. I hope that people are they wise up, man. They can't begin the fixed law them power. We want to know they do nothing. The country they go backward. Look or not. Look all the hospitals in the country. I don't think an emergency thing and they all need. What are the emergency laws they own find ways for muzzle way again so when I go still again the power. We not tolerate that day. I'm your contribution only. Thank you to all the parliamentarians they will stand up for Sierra Leoneans today. Me, I appreciate that day. I appreciate all the parliamentarians who will stand up for the Sierra Leone and the poor Sierra Leoneans who don't understand what the laws they are there about. Thank you to the Sierra Leoneans, the politicians who will stand up today. Thank you very much. And I'm your contribution only.
All right, thank you very much, Mike. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller, the live on here. Your name and say the call from, please.
Mina Alusan Bangura, a youth and child rights activist, currently based in Canada, Toronto.
Yes, Alusan, you get 3 minutes. What's your contribution?
Unfortunately, AAA, this is a shame and disgrace to the parliamentarians them and especially the Speaker of Parliament, because we as young people and they thought and say somebody like the Speaker, now if I don't serve like a father, not only a speaker, a father at the house with what of experience, because we don't read him for quite a long time in both good and bad things. That the way how we act today, simple. The opposition leader don't come out and give out your own opinion. Respond, agree, respond, and you order for let them continue the process. Now they all this thing come. But just like quoting the last caller, they say, now because of the errors them way in this constitution, where they before don't amend for a long time, where they not agree for amend and bring all this problem. But the message we I want for send to young people, a lot of bad things them don't happen the country for the past 3 years now, where don't lead to so many bad things them where me as a young person, I don't want to follow. And I ask for like all the other young people in the country, let we just give a deaf ears and blind eyes on wait. Let we just make like we know the yeary and see self what the apple because this go born good picking for we young feature because triple trust me when speaking the land from in big one bad thing. Mind you, it increase they put in your own plus what you don't learn. You understand? So me just want to send this message to the whole nation, all young people where they watch and they see what the apple. Let we not follow the footsteps of waiting them people how they do because automatically all waiting they do so not call for. This nice shame and disgrace. Alone they celebrate 60 years with this kind of shame and disgrace where they put the country so nationwide, globally. I want to tell you plenty thank you and like as I say, as a young person, I'm very disappointed at the entire process where they're not able for dialogue and come to an agreement because governance is all about continuity and dialogue. We need for come agree and disagree. But at least when you want for bring such a law, try for able for convince the opposition, convince the people. But like what the last caller be they say, if they not get any hidden agenda, if they not get any bad plans, trust me, then they follow the process. But they know they follow process because they get hidden agenda. So make them try for begin follow process. Make them stop all the police brutality. And the police them, anyway, therefore they think say they're not human beings. The police them, I believe, say they get 2 mandates: protect the lives and properties of Sierra Leoneans, not so for support politicians. It's very heartrending for let's see some police away there the other way. Even as they talk, some day in debt then gets for pay. For them for sustain the whole month, then they take debt them. The small 700 they come, they're not even able for pay full. They you all temp politicians, they use you, go misbehave, go do this thing. It's a very shame and disgrace to salute.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
You can turn down the volume.
Yeah, don't turn on.
Okay. You're live on air. Your name and who side you call from, please.
I mean, I'm Usman Mansai. I had a call for Maryland.
Yes, Usman. You get 3 minutes, sir.
Yeah, me own point which I had to say. First of all, thank you very much for trying for giving all this away in a way. And it's very, very difficult. Thank you very much. Yeah. And my own point what I say, I don't know what's in the advantage or disadvantage about this midterm and sense of we make APC the vex so much. I don't know. You just start like say, I mean, you know, some children enjoy from the season and they come back on SLPP, you know. And I make always that they say APC and SLPP are the same people. Always APC, where SLPP council, are the same thing they follow markets back then do back. In terms of corruption, in terms of everything at the country, if they bill 15 hours, then they try trace until then they go to 2020. Now the same thing, nothing for corruption that. Now for that, they talk about the anti-corruption. Then say for them can now the same thing that the presidency they work for. Look what happens. They gonna say, oh, why APC they vex so much? Why then they know they look where the Abbas Bundi explain easy. I mean, if you want to go against waiting the president bring I mean, I forget 2/3. Where that 2/3 is almost impossible for say they're not going to get under the parliament. No, you know, ever be, you know, go be safe. 98% or waiting. No, that is not possible. So now that make them they behave so. I don't know why then they because midterm censor. I think say to me it look like says on Sunday they give the ruling party advantage towards the next election or something. I know, you know. I don't know my adjustable and get from them. Because I don't know why if you know just I mean censor like how for sabi censor waiting censor now for country people in the country. But something else they will not know. Because see APC then they scatter then come on out then come back inside and then they say the party say no for do. Yeah, because I mean I think say they give them some leverage, SLPP. Where they say I think APC said be not do the same thing before. You know, because if you not just ordinary censor, I mean midterm censor, I'm not thinking that children for go and they almost fetch na the city, you know. No. I don't know about but censor, not censor. Why they for go fetch for censor? Why then they bring that notion in the house? Eh? Why? Then when I get the right procedure for Fala, una APC. And because we tune have been on do yesterday, now then back the try for turn and you now una one vex pass mark, una put confusion. No, to me, it not make no sense. Why them for make all this waiting and call this fet almost one fet na the place. No, not nice waiting the opposition and do just like how they explain. So in other words, if we come to the constitution, you don't invest all the power by the president. So the president, anything do you get right? You get right. So we just need, like I say, no more for try to go into and back and try to change some other things then. But the constitution, all right, you know, they don't invest all the power by the president. So what you go say?
All right.
They get all the right in the country.
Thank you very much, caller. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, caller 11 here. Your name and inside the call from, please.
It's not Ezekiel, they call from Oregon.
Yes, sir. You get 3 minutes. Carry on.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Triple A, for try your best for bring this show to the world. We all participate. I think the thing is very simple. We get a constitution we've been on there in place about census. If Abbas Bundu de Sidoyanda they talk say the constitution take precedent. So if now the constitution take precedent, the constitution now been done states and say census now every 10 years. Why all of a sudden you can't get a mini census? Why? Is that the priority? Now that really not the priority? Oh, okay. So now that's really not the priority right now. The most pressing thing right now, way it in the country, is it about counting people, you know? And why you want pour money into that? Way the basic things in, hospital day now that place, now the place where every day people are crying, say things don't they go there right. When you hold emergency meeting for let you put in the hospital and the people in life force, when? Go hold emergency parliament meeting all of a sudden for midterm census. This whole thing don't make sense. Now for let them just rack up numbers na the area because Kaila na the service spill unimaginable numbers. Every election, numbers they come on at that place the way we will not even understand. Now the same thing they want do again. They want just go rack up numbers. The same group number of people where they register na Kaila can register then have free time. Now this now the crap that they way they want car with. It's so pathetic. So pathetic. Like if you they do the right thing, you go see people that they run for put you back in. You come in just they dance for introduce things that when they do nothing. All of a sudden you want can go do some census for basically rack up numbers now other places where you go prevent other people and not for go even they for go monitor their numbers then they very sad, man. Let God help them. Thank you so much, Triple.
Thank you very much, Ezekiel. Thank you, sir. Yes, caller 11 here. Your name and inside the call from, please.
Yeah, this is not they call from US.
Yes, you get 3 minutes, sir.
Okay, first I want acknowledge what Umar said, everything in the Constitution. And anybody within a power, they interpret the Constitution the way they see fit. And the notion and people in the talk say, come 2023, then go vote this government out of power. Let them stop for count the chickens before they hatch, because nobody knows. The country is divided. Nobody knows what will happen in the 2023 election. So we're in a divided country. So the pendulum can swing anywhere. So that idea of go vote them out, let's wait and see for 2023. And as far as changing stuff or do whatever and then they do, this is common practice. Just take for example, in Georgia recently, where they lost elections to Democrats, what thing they do? They pass laws then for suppress the votes because now they get the governor. So people for the look at all the examples then they before then they make announcements and say this, that, this, that. If you look at examples of other countries and how they operate, nobody, in a vacuum. People in the copy waiting other people in the do not in country, then they can use it in their own country. So that's my submission, sir.
Much, Ayo. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, caller 11 here. Your name and inside the call from, please.
Yes, good evening or good morning, wherever you did. This is Nancy, the call from US.
Yes, caller on WhatsApp.
Yeah, this is Nancy, the call from US.
Yes, Nancy. What thing you get for it today?
Yes, Triple A. How you dey do? I'm glad you for your voice. We dey hope for like come back with well body.
By God power.
Yeah. Yeah, me honestly, me family them are really not surprised. But then people they had in behavior because I be no saying I just a matter of time for like everything will just maybe the worst happen. Because if we all be don't see the seed be done sown already and it they grow bigger and bigger every day. They all is like they don't know what they there for. They don't know what in their job description, or they know they just they ignore them for some reason. We don't know what in their problem. We don't know if they lack nationalism or patriotism. We don't know what in their problem. But it's like they all hold on to their honorable positions they are so we be say they're supposed to behave in a certain way. The society expects them to behave themselves in a certain way, but they know they do that. So practically or basically, they just hold on to this honorable position, but then the people themselves refuse to be honorable, and we don't know why. If una know say una no able for represent we, instead of una dey humiliate we country like that, we vote them, we give una. You know how what you take for like you take you health care, you clean you help, you clean drinking water, you the good roads, the food and everything you hand over and give somebody. Say okay, I trust you with basically I trust you with my life. Take care of am. That a huge power the person don't give you. He don't give you all in power. Now you take this power, you sit on param, and then you dey toy with the person in life because you don't dey up and now you comfortable. You no care anything else waiting other people then they feel. You no care waiting the other people the way they sit down outside, they watch on a country. Una they display them kind display them they in front of camera. It's like they don't realize say this they go out there, people then they watch them, then they watch them behavior. Whose kind people the way we they choose now where they represent to me, I don't understand again. And with people then they really need for understand and they need a massive sensitization on who that for vote for and watch for who that you want for vote for. Because this now the results. When you vote based on family or tribal affiliation or party, now the results this because you know they think straight where they go for go votes. You just they focus on one thing. But when you put the country before, we not go make them kind of mistake there because this is a big mistake or deliberate one. When you go na the market for go bye, they know they ask you which party we belong. The prices are all the same. Where they ready for drive go home, upline wherever way they go, where the road bad. The road no they waiting say for say because you know SLPP and therefore the road this way they go pass they fine on. At the same road we all they use. When things then go up, we all they affect you in a salon. Why people they know they put this into consideration before they vote? So with people that they really need for sensitize, they let them know say this vote when they go vote, not to just ordinary votes. It not just boil down to a bag of rice. Now that's their life what? Because that's your vote is your life. Now that's you life what? A bag of rice or a few chicken change or some things where you just they eat one grain day, you don't forget, then give you drugs, you go misbehave and all that thing and they now that you vote, now that you vote amounts to, now that you life what? Because for me, what I value me votes, and I know say me vote na me life, I know say me votes na good hospital, good drinking water, good road, and everything. Now they can't give this person. I they look at the person where they go vote for first before I give you. You get for be a responsible person if you're able to represent me. So do ya una way they go na that parliament with a big una be somebody need for be the bigger person. Just because the dog bites, you say you know go turn and bet this dog. Otherwise, you all don't become the same. Somebody get for be the bigger person. and quit all the way they happen, do ya with the big one. We they watch you now, you know, the world is small now. We they watch and outsiders and they watch we too. So we they big. We just want peace now. Can't see no one go back or come out. So that's for today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nancy. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
We'll come with we last caller for the day. This time we last caller, so no call again, no. Eh? Okay. Yes, caller, you live on air. Your name and who the call from, please.
Name is James King. The name is Mr. King, calling from Virginia.
Yes, sir. You get 3 minutes, sir. What's in your contribution?
All right. Thank you very much. I just come into the conversation. I meet Usai. I think you guys did talk about how you call it election. Oh, okay. No, well, I don't know much about that. I've been to Sweden and talk about counting people for the election or something like that.
No. Not
But
that
anyway,
to talk about.
whatever happened now the parliament today, we parliamentarians they actually need for the groom. You know, they don't mean to say because they get all this degree, they mean say they civilize. Let me put it that way. You can get book education, but simple common sense they not get. So they need for be groom anyway, because I mean the way that they behave is beyond my expectation. You know, they are rude. I mean, they're not sabi for talk. Somebody they talk over and comping, then they go the ally and then they're not kids. I mean, you take the school kids self, if then they make election, they not go the ala so or for choose school prefects or something. But those people are they really need to be retrained. I mean, contribution are they.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
That now the last caller for today. Not much to be said from my own side. I don't know, but Nayana Salon have been counted already. Usaimide, the census don't come. The one they waiting I don't come, they don't do it in the get for do. I don't even know self say they don't come. Yeah? The other day at the cam now see like chalk mark na the gate. So when I enter, now they ask the caretaker, say, so who do I write in there? And I say, oh no, na census. They don't can count. I say, count. Today's day. That was way earlier. That was tomorrow go tell we when. I don't forget, but I think it was almost a week or two ago where they don't can count already. So this one when they go and ala for the parliament, me I don't even know. I not even know it in go ala for because they don't count we already. Yes. Ask anybody where they've get on. And where we said all it time for going at the gate, I take the picture. I for take the picture of waiting the mark where them put at the gate. But I've been counted. So they ask the guy say, so waiting at the question the way they ask. I said, then just ask how most people sleep in the house. That they just what statistics told us. So they ask how most people in sleep in the house. Okay, me get a dog, so then forget the dog. When they see the dog, they not get kind inside the compound. But then give then it's an iPad then they use. Then get the iPad and tell them for come inside the compound for take like a picture or something of the sort. Or when you walk out to a certain point, the picture of the house they show. Now the screen of the iPad. You see, so they don't do it. So Michael Cook they asked if not for civil registration. Yes, the civil registration. So we've been counted. Yeah? than the communal road. So this one now, we bring this draw today about SO and constitution. If the previous administration failed for make Justice Kawan, all waiting he do, take the paradise go, may his soul rest in peace. All water, they no agree. Then they back not make anything wrong for make this administration self do their own. But waiting and they wait for. They go for wait first for make the own rest in plazas, don't sell down. Before they say, then go serve. That's what we're saying. The party constitution, they all they go on, then they change everything and get for change, and they do everything and get for do. But the country in constitution will make we country Sierra Leone, they are we dey like today. The saddest part is, anybody who want to talk about the constitution, anybody who want to interpret the constitution, get usai map. They all get usai map based on the platform with map, na so you see, na so you interpret. But if this constitution not change, na so no more they go. Na so no more they go. And where you go na parliament, where you go na court, where you go na police, where you go any side, and they go for you back. You know what's funny? Hey, thing that happen on social media idea, trust me. On social media idea. Me na person I get for call me say, hey, watch your IV bar, something they go on. This is something I've noticed in Sierra Leone. Idleness day, beaucoup. Lawlessness day, beaucoup. But people don't pay attention on the things them where they make salon day outside salon day so today. With this so much idleness way day, people not they follow current event in Sierra Leone. They know they follow. I say me na person I call me. So you dey watch your IV, make you see wetin they go on. Before now you begin see videos there. I drive, take go outside, you say I be there live, right? Yang, all man dey in business. Nobody get time safe. And they and then a bit money they do their own thing, who they na street to they do their own thing. All man they go by your own. But when you can social media, now different thing they see but salon. I say even the other day when they kill somebody in Hastings. Me are they Waterloo? Oh no, they as if. Like we don't dead in we don't bobo pain. Outside the team be happy day, every man move on then block road before you make jen, all man go by your go. Now that state stay we own country don't they now. But we go on social media, hey, I see. But is it right for waiting happen so today? From the speaker explanation, they say the president gets all the powers. That president then convey the meeting. I tell you, the president in his wisdom. A caller he say, they know something where we don't know. We see the tower so. But this constitution, if we see we not amend them, well, now we'll come to get this so. We'll be there back tomorrow. Yeah, we try. Not to say we want to make the one that Europe really disadvantage. Because myself na European time salon na they use right now. But my dear, only in Sierra Leone we want go live. The past 2 hours first for bio. They give the internet Bobby. They bio and first. You get for do this, do that, they pull and they come out, can make so, can do that, they. Before the internet now go say, okay, you know it's in, agree. Eh? As alone, no. So none of us will not you want go live at a time, or they try. Even myself, no one day at this hour. Eh? It's almost 2 a.m. now. When I make a show, no complain. When I be around so, I don't go pay. I don't go pay for the internet. Eh? I know be the way I come. And the internet of you all look correct. I call customer service, it don't close. So to my main customer service, get forget to talk. Because still, I see so this strain, even though it better. But so one time perfect. If not perfect, a lot get and good. Eh? We'll be back tomorrow. I got up we. Yeah? Till we meet again tomorrow. Triple say, tata.